countries can have it, and we don't have it, and we wind up spending much more than they do on health care. It makes no economic sense.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for the comments. And as you're responding to Belden, I also want to point out an email from Alan who asks quite simply, do you support the Paul Ryan budget?
No, I don't support the Paul Ryan budget. I've never said I supported the Paul Ryan budget. I think when you look at the Ryan budget as a whole, it's a good first start into a discussion on ensuring that we address many of the debt issues in this country and shoring up Social Security and Medicare. That's what we have to do. It's good because it repeals Obamacare, but we have to find an adequate replacement. And, we have to make sure that I want to go back into, I got them listed here. I want to go back into the answers, the taxes in Illinois. The 67% tax increase, you can call it temporary. I'm not running for the state house. When you have a 67% tax increase and you continue to spend more dollars on new programs rather than making some financial decisions, that's a problem. And I believe there are those that thought that this should be the panacea. So I'll respectfully disagree with Belden on that issue. And I also, my health plan is not Mitt Romney's and not Paul Ryan's. And I'd urge you to go take a look at it. This is a plan that we put together we think is a great first start in opening up a debate on where we think healthcare policy and the healthcare delivery system in this country should go in the future. And I believe, we're going to disagree. We'll have to agree to disagree, Belden, on a government-run single-payer system, H.R. 676, that would end Medicare as we know it, according to others, is not the system that I think is going to work best in this country and allow us to have the medical choices to choose our own medical destiny that every American deserves. I think if you look at my plan, I think it's a great discussion. It's a great plan that I look forward to taking to Washington, throwing on the table and saying, here's my plan, where's yours? Let's fix this problem here in America.
Let's go next to Bob in Urbana. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. I'd have a question about climate change. The scientific consensus about climate change has been strengthening over the last decade. The forecasts, which of course depend on what we do, show that the climate of Illinois will become more like Oklahoma, Texas over this century than what we're used to, and droughts will become more common. I'm just wondering what your plan on dealing with climate change is.
Well, ironically, if you listen to recent reports, they say that global warming has stopped 16 years ago.
That's absolutely wrong.
Yeah, I was just about to.
Absolutely off base from.
Hey, Bob, I was just about to make a comment that I would love to see more stats than what's just been reported on a couple stations. But climate change is real. The debate is over whether or not it's man-made or natural, and what can we do about it. But the key is
a Nobel Prize winner here at the University of Illinois. I suggest you call him up.
Okay, great.
All right, my second question is, your mentor, John Simkus, had, based on his personal faith, which I don't have a problem with people of faith, but based on his faith, he believed that we would not be able to cause serious damage to the Earth climate system and cause massive floods and things like this. As opposed to what scientists are saying, that we need to take action to avoid raising sea level, seriously damaging the climate. Do you have any kind of I guess I want to know who you trust more, scientists or something more like your mentor.
All right, and I'll ask Bob to give Mr. Davis a chance to respond here. So go ahead.
I'm not John Shimkus. You'll have to ask John the questions and the points that you've brought up about him. I'm my own person. I'm somebody who believes that climate change is real. The debate is whether or not it's man-made or natural, and how do we ensure that we continue to reduce emissions in this country at levels that we have compared to other nations, and while still not putting America and American economy and American job creation at a disadvantage.
Well, we actually emit quite a bit more than nations in Europe and China. Per capita, we emit probably 4 to 5 times what China does, despite their having overtaken us. So I I would reiterate my point that there really is no